On a warm, late summer afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets.
Come on, fellas. Ready. Eddie Weber. Hey, here I come.
On 1st and 10, Cash. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Tackles. Check it.
Running right, here's Falk. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And some room to maneuver. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
On the set. 458's the mic. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Have it.
Off the play fake. Newman. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
At the Patriots' 32-yard line.
And a give this time to the tailback. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Cash. And Gibbs got it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. 2nd and 9 now. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
Spinning away. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, first and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Play action. Newman. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Well, first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
To throw on 2nd down. Cash. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. He was looking for Parker that time. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Check 13. Check 13. All day. 58, right over there, right over there.
Looking to throw on second down. Newman, he's going to rifle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. And to give this time to the tailback. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Out. 3 down. Out. Hatch it. Kill. Come on. Motion. Pop. Echo.
Second and 6. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Parker's got it. Touchdown, Jets. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jets will extend their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your turkey bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
It's a gain of 3. First down.
55's Mike, guys. 55. Go out. Come on, D. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Tighten up. Pull together. Mike 55.
On first down, Newman looking deep now for McCoy. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10, past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Check 99. Kill. Hey, turn it up. You go tight. You got him. You got tight right there. Under 10.
From the gun, Cash. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
58 to Mike. Slam.
To throw on second down. Newman looking deep now for McCoy. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. To throw on third down, Newman. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Ready. Hey, we got Mike Big. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Looking to throw on second down. Cash. Again has it complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go now. Set the flag. Run the mic. Watch one. Watch it. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. So Mike's number 1. Mike's number 1. Hey, pick your game up. Mike 1. Mike 1. Trump. Coming to you. Here we go. Here we go.
To throw on second down. Cash. Escaping the pressure right. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On third down, Cash. And that is incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And the 13-year man puts it through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay,
you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. 65 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Hey, check 24, check 24. Out. Get the edge. Go. Check. Switch. Watch that. Go.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Watch the twist. Hey, watch it. Check nickel. Big edge. Go. Hayward.
To throw on third down. Cash. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
White now to return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 34. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the game.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
At their own 46-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
58, right over there, right over. Mike, 58.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Say.
Throwing again. Newman. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Check. Crunch.
Looking to throw on second down. Newman. This will be caught by Brown. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Mike, 58, right there. Go. Mike. I'm coming after you. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Go. Ringo. Sit down.
Throwing on first down. Newman. Open man is Higgins. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
55. Pick up the ball. He's crashing. He's checking crack. Slam. 66. Put it now. Check right. Watch 55. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, and result, touchdown.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the 29-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Cash. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
17.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
So we'll see if they can do it here. That one good for 26 and a first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A big play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, Newman. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Well, it was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Newman. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Take it at the 37. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll go right back to the ground with Funk. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Here we go. Hey, no. One's the mic. Watch one. Watch one. So don't say nothing.
Back to throw. Cash. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return, it's White. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And that will come the offense as they take over. They have, by the way, gone to the 3rd quarter now at Ford Field in Detroit, and the Panthers have extended their lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, bowls right over him. And now running right through him. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Now they try the right side here. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Hey, 58 to the mic. Go 58 to the mic. On the yardage. On the yardage. Please. Shit.
On third down, Newman. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet.
And he coughed it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Cash. And that will be incomplete.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, 1st down. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. 25, check 25, check 25. Watch twins, watch twins.
On fourth down, Cash. And that is incomplete. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first and 10, Newman. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. New England on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. To throw. Newman towards the end zone for Brown. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the gun, Cash. He'll let it fly. It got his man complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A big play there. 76 yards. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Around the NFL, they're in the fourth now in Green Bay. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their first of the young season. Now a handoff looking right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw on second down, Newman. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long.
Check the backer. Shoot.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Jumper. Hey. Run shit. Check 99. Kill. Hey, turn it back.
On fourth down, Newman. Now a desperation throw deep. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. As they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds,
and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Parker unable to get that one. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. Now the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Patriots 38, Jets 31.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Check 52.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Parker the intended target, and that'll make it third down. Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the fourth quarter now. And the Panthers looking pretty good. Their lead growing even further. A win would be their first of the young season. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check 31. Check 31.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Sets up fourth down.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football,
Yeah.
where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for New England, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.